First gainer again. I've been a little play. I think this one's a little bit plain myself, but I like it as well. Because inside, ta-da, it's a shadow box. Well, not a shadow box. It's yeah, a shadow box. So I'm gonna, and it sits up like this. But when you close it, it lays flat. So you don't want too much on the detail at the front because it's going to take away from the centre. And I thought I'd use this Waterfront. And the front says, friends make the good times better and the hard times easier. Ooh, so I love it. From one change of scenery in the mountains, maybe looking a bit cold and grim. And then on a beach somewhere with little beach huts and palm trees and little, oh, gorgeous scenery in the background. And yeah, it stays stood up as a shadow box like that. I've done shadow boxes before, but I thought this one was quite unusual. So yeah, I thought I'd like it, and it does fit perfect in a normal size envelope because this measures 4 1/8 by 5 7/8. So I'm going to show you how to make it. Simple. You're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock. Both are going to measure 5.5 by 8 1/4. I'm using the same again. We've got mint macaron and thick whisper white. So I'm going to fetch my trimmer in. Trim at my scoreboard even. So what we're going to do now is we're going to score this at 4 1/8. And what we're going to do then, we're going to fold our card so the pieces fit together. What we're going to do then, we're going to take 1/2 inch off the back. So we'll do that in a minute with the trimmer. We're going to score this one at 1/2 inch. We're going to score this at 4 1/8. And then we're going to score this at 4 5/8, which is 1/2 inch again. So when you furnish your score lines, this is where that little box comes in. See it? Perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to take a tiny little slither off here, just so when it's tucked in the card, it closes better instead of just bulking out. So I'm going to get my trimmer in now. And literally, it's just, and you're taking it off the bit that's been scored. Don't take it off first and then score because you're still going to have 1/2 inch. So you need to score it and literally take a slither, and I mean a slither off. Like that much. Just so your card closes perfectly. So, whoops, this is going to have tape on. We're going to have tape here on the back as well. I'll show you how to tape that up in a minute. And then we're going to cut our aperture out of here. So now, do you see that closing perfect without buckling on your card? It's going to sit lovely. And this is the back bit of the card. And we're going to take 1/2 inch off there. So that's the strip you don't need. My blades are knackered again. I've bought 4 packets over the past couple of orders. And I'm just using a nail file. I hate jaggedy edges. Look at it, it doesn't do it on the white though. Well, very unnoticeable on the white. Just a little nail file whilst I complain about my blade. So the back bit of your card now, this is where that box bit is going to sit. So that's going to get glued in there, and this is going to get attached there. So, and this is going in there. So your card is open, you don't see the white at the back. I've seen people where they've like glued this in like that and then glued that on the back, but I think that's a bit weird. You know, I want my image to be on the back of there. So, look, there's your box. Isn't it cute? So, get rid of this trimmer. You can set this to the side for 1 minute while we just... And now I'm going to show you where to add your tape. So you're going to add it across this 1/2 inch piece. Oops, that bit of tape is going to snap by the looks of it. There we go. So you're going to add that there. I only wipe it down with the bone folder. So when I come to peel the backing off, I know it's stuck. My tape is perished there, but it was just creased, so that's why it was going to snap. So the back of your card, you're going to add tape along this edge. And this is going to go into the back of your card. You can add a little bit in the centre if you want. It's just for stability. And then along this edge as well. There we go. Squash them down. They'll be ready for later when we peel back. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take, I think I've put it away, the largest. You can use any shape you want, but make sure you give yourself a nice little border all the way around because you don't want it flimsy. So I used on this one the large oval, and I'm going to do the same again. Oh, I thought I'd put my finger in something then. Isn't that gorgeous inside? Just wonderful. And I did a bit of sponging. So you're going to take your large oval and you're going to run that through the big shot. And when you come back, you will have this. Yay! So what I'm going to do is I stuck mine in my card like this, took the backings off, closed that up, and then worked from there, which didn't really help me in any way, shape or form. So I'm going to keep it like this. I'm closing that together because that's the bit you're going to see. So I'm going to keep that. I'm folding that there and leaving that tight while I just grab a pencil. And I'm just going to just go round the oval shape because this is where the bit you will see is. Oops. Just a rough guesstimate. It doesn't have to be pretty. We will rub that out later. I mean, you could have decorated this and then stuck this in there, but you will, when you open the card, see above and below and the sides. So we're just using this as a guide, really. So I'm using my Waterfront set. Love this. I may use different colours. I may use bits of different bits of scenery. It's basically no two cards are the same with this stamp set. So I did use Coastal Cabana for my sea. And what colour did I use? I used the soft sea foam for the islands. But I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to have for my islands. I'm just going to... Ooh, what am I going to use? Think now, baby. I don't want nothing too dark, but then I don't want nothing too... I want something a bit beigey browny with a bit of green. So I could stamp in crumb cake, then go over full strength, and then go over with my... Let me see if I can show you what I mean. So this is my islands. Excuse me. Grab some scratch paper first. You never know, I might want to stamp off on something. I just thought it was a little bit different. So I'm going to determine where my mountains are. They're going to go towards the top. And I'm going to stamp off, I think, because this might be a little bit dark. Yeah. And then I'm just going to... And I'm going to do 2. And then I'm going to stamp off and do it again. Don't worry about this. No one's going to see any of this. So I want that faded look now as well in the background. And I think that should be okay. I've used every block I own. So if I clean and go as I'm going along, and pop away. If I need any more, then I can grab them and my blocks will be clear. So it's not because, yeah, it is, my OCD kicks off. But, you know me, I gotta clean as I go. So then I use this long strip here. This is going to be for the edge of our C. Where have I put my card? There it is. I've got the wrong bit showing on display. And it's this one I want to actually see. So I am going to swap up a bit of colour. I'm breaking my nails. And I'm going to use... I'm going to try a little bit of Pool Party. This is not retired. And then I'm going to go back over the mountain with... I might even use my many marvellous markers and do some flecks of trees and stuff. Wow, that's nice and juicy. In fact, I'm going to stamp and stamp again. Oh, that's not too bad. Wow, that's really juicy. I'm just creating this edge along here. Just filling any gaps they may have. That's pretty good to me. And I'm going to be, no, I was going to, but I don't think I will. I could easily fetch in one of my blends. Do I have a blend hand? Yes, I do. And I'm going to try and meld these colours together. Just put flecks. So you can see bits of grass on the mountain, but could be trees because they're really a long way off in the distance. I'm going to fill in my white gaps as well. I mean, it's up to you. You can keep it as plain and as natural as you want. You can add these flecks. Picture something beautiful in your mind. Nice desert island somewhere even. Oh, how nice. Cocktails on the beach. I think that's perfect. So to clean my blend, I just went over my dauber and it worked a treat. So I'm not getting rid of the that was just basically for the edge. What I might do now is I'm going to grab my stamp back, touch up with just a little bit of pear pizzazz over those mountains and make it look a bit more realistic if you can. And I know I just cleaned and popped it away, but and I think this is quite pale, so we can test this over here. Yeah, it gives it that mossy mountain range type feel. That's perfect. And then I can go in between. Perfect, 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 perfect. Gives it that moody, shadowy look. So what I do want to do now is pull some more colour in for the sea, but I don't want to go too dark, but I don't want to go too pale either. So bear with me, children. Oh, bless you all. You've been so marvellous with all your wonderful comments on some of the projects. I think it's brilliant. I've looked at them and thought, oh gosh, is that right? Do I like it? Hobby's gone, babe, it's amazing. You know when you're not sure, but until you actually see other people's comments and how they have enjoyed you putting the card together. I like that. So I've got my little sun and I'm just going to grab some of my So Saffron. I want it moody and misty but beautiful. So let's test our sun. And I'm just going to have this here. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's going to be using a lot of colour. So you use your colours. You can use your blends. In fact, I am going to fetch in one of my blends now. And pop that away a moment. Sorry about all the clicking. But I'm basically, and don't worry about your pencil line, that will come out. And once you've got your scenery in, you can just get your rubber and it'll come straight out. So I'm just going over. This will dry a lot paler. I mean, you could sponge this with a sponge dauber or a sponge. And I'm going into the crease there, even though you're not going to see it. I just don't want to see the end bit. I mean, you're not going to see the back of this card. This is what you're going to see. This, as you open it up. And you will see the sides slightly. So this is why we've extended it across the card. That looks beautiful. Very nice. If I wanted to now, stiff back, I could come in maybe a bit dark. Let's just see what that looks like. I want to leave some white cresting on there because of the waves. You can blend your art however you want it. You picture it in your mind and then take yourself there. And I like the fact that these pens do pay up down a bit when you're stamping when they're drying. Now I'm going to my ink and that shape of the sea. This one. I'm going to pop some. I want a contrasting colour there, but I don't want to go too dark whatsoever. So what can we use? Let me see. As I'm spinning my board round. I reckon we could try that. What might be a little bit dark. Let's try balmy blue. Because we can stamp off and stamp full on, or we can stamp off. This is a nice, lovely colour. But let's check first against. Oh, I think that's a little bit dark. Let's try it second generation first. Now that's the blue I want. So stamp. That's just gorgeous colouring coming from this crest. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. I've got a bit, I need to ink all the way across. Seems to be spots. But then I suppose that's the design of the stamp. I think that's perfect. And don't be worrying about, like I'm saying here, because this is going to be hidden. I like that. I think that's gorgeous. Love it. And if you're not convinced, or you're not convincing yourself, then close your card up and have a look and see if it needs something different. I think that is beautiful. So let's get rid of this scrap for a minute because it's looking a wee bit mucky. Pop away the blue. I'm loving the fact that these ink pads stack on top of each other on top of my new desk. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. So I'm looking now, what can I use for the sand? Do we need a bit? Are we even going to come along that edge? No, I don't think I'm going to have this on the outside of my card here. I know. So I'm going to fetch some more scratching. There's my pen. And I'm just opening my card up. Now this is the bit you're going to see. So just taking it from these lines, I'm going to get my crumb cake. Am I going to use crumb cake? Yeah, I think I am, like I did on the other one. And I'm just creating lines. What I did, because this is my front, and on my other card, if you notice, you can see the embossed line because I cut that way through. On this one, I cut from the back, so my embossed line is there, inside there. So I don't have that curved edge like I had on the other card. This is the crease of my card. I think that's maybe come down just a little bit more. Maybe notice I'm dragging the side of the tip to give me a wider berth. I think that's lovely. So now we can check this against our background. That's perfect. We're going to add some trees and some huts and stuff along there. You know, we can go in with a white gel pen if it'll let me to do a bit of cresting. Oh, I tell you what, my back is killing me today. Let's get this pen rolling. Takes a little bit to come through sometimes. So I'm just going over the top. It's not too prominent right now, but you'll notice it later. Going in between the two colours, so it looks like the cresting and the waves. Very subtle, but I know. And I'm going to do that across against the shoreline here. It's perfect. I can see it because I'm close up, and whoever gets the card will see it as well. Just lovely. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. Oh, I've got a pain in my back. Right, I'm going to get myself comfy, because there comes my... I added the wrong sentiment to my other card. This is why it's got a little circle there now. I added something totally wrong, and it didn't go with the sentiment on the front, so I might not have to do that. Or I can use the piece I cut out. Do my sentiment, pop it out with a circle, and in fact I might just do that actually. Because I do like that circle. And I used Early Espresso for that. And I grab my... I don't even have to get out of my chair, it's great. My punches are on the wall right next to me. It's fabulous. I'll pop that to one side. Get my sentiment, which is here. And it says, and the hard times even easier. I like the darkness of this, so I'm not gonna let my oval go to waste. I could use it on another project, but lovely and crisp, absolutely beautiful. So I'm just gonna pop this in my punch, nice and level, and punch that out. You could turn that into a door handle, do not disturb. I know I'm crazy, aren't I? So I'm going to pop that sentiment away. I'm going to put this other one back on, ready for the front. And don't forget now, the back of your card is shorter than the front of your card. So I'm going to add my sentiment down here. I think I used crumb cake on the other one, but I'm going to use the Early Espresso to match. And I'm just popping that down here. Oh, I love that. Nice and clean and crisp. I'm going to come in with my gravel next. I'm going to stamp and stamp off with this one. Don't want it too dark. Love it, see? And I think I only stamped once the trees, and then stamped second time and third time, like generated that way. I'm just going across my card. I think that's perfect. Don't need any more than that. You could add more scene, you could add the sun, you could, you know, you don't want to go overdoing it for the front of your card. You want people to think, oh, this is quite plain, but nice. And then when they open it up and see the inside, that's where the magic happens. So I think I'm going to try my Granny Apple Green for my trees this time. I thought the other one's a little bit too dark. I'm going to close that up a sec because I've got to come back with my crumb cake. I'll never get my mountains. I put them away 3 times already. I know. OCD. So, in with my mountain. I'm going to stamp off. I don't want nothing too dark. I'm loving this. You can just stamp and stamp and stamp, and then you get that continued faded area. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I love this stamp set. I think it's just amazing. Beach huts, palm trees, mountain ranges, log cabins. Who wouldn't want that? So I've got some scrap, Whisper White. I'm going to do myself a couple of these beautiful cabins in full strength. I have my palm trees, which I ended up doing some weird colour trunks. I think I did them in a coastal cabana or something. But we'll do it properly this time. Let's have a look at this beautiful green. Get rid of my legs. Legs. They're not even legs. Oh gosh, Gainer. Oh yeah, lovely. Yes, perfect. Oh, I love that. What a gorgeous colour. Perfect, perfect, perfect for my little palm trees. And I'm going to use the same colour green on the front in full strength. I'm going to lift off and stamp again. And then just stamp again. Oh, I might need to do a light. That's better. Perfect. I think if you press, it's the harder you press, the paler it becomes. So if you just lightly tap, you get that next generation a little bit stronger, which is perfect for this. So I've freed up all my blocks. I don't think I need any more. We're going to do some fixing together, some little bit of fussy cutting, and show you how this card comes together. I pop away at my ink. Oh, I do apologise. So, I'm going to add my sentiment right down here. So it looks like it's meant to be a part. But not, if you know what I mean. Oh, wait there now, sponging. Oh, I've got my dauber here, and it may still have a bit of, yes, it's still got a bit of green on. And I'm just doing it to add a bit of contrast to the card, make it not so bland when you look through the oval. And I'm going to dust off my circle as well. And I think I used Tranquil Tide on this, but it's going to act lovely with it against those greens. Isn't that cute? Love it. So, and dust around my card. I may fetch in a different colour, actually. Maybe that gorgeous granny apple green against those, or even some mint macaron, tone on tone. So I'm going to keep this straight. Just perfect. I'm going to put this away just for a moment. I'm going to cut these out now. These will be the simplest things ever to cut out. Oops. All fingers and thumbs I am. So, look, he's on stilts. So there's one of my little beach huts, which is just so cute. I've got sticky tape on there. There we go, that's gone. My new mattress has come today. I cannot wait to try that out tonight. Oh my word. I can't wait. Thing is, I don't sleep the best of it, so I can't even have an early night because I'll be up really early otherwise. And then I won't enjoy it. I don't go to bed till midnight. Then we watch TV in bed till about 1. Then I take my sleeping tablets. And then I go to sleep more or less straight away. My tablets knock me straight out. But within an hour, I'm awake again. And then I'm up and down all night long. Ooh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do quickly before I cut that out. I want my blue background. I'm just basically going over. Because I don't want a pure white background behind my trees. So that's all I'm doing. Quickest way, save trying to go all the way around. And now I'm going to fussy cut. You reckon move your paper, not your scissors, but I am terrible at this, so I cut as close as I can. Then I snip off, because I'm terrible. I'm going to go all the way around my image. Take off the excess at the bottom. And then I can go in between these branches and probably end up snipping my finger at some point. But it's just how you want it. You know, you can take up as much as you want. You can just go around the trees. You don't have to go in like this into the little bits. I just want to try and get rid of as much white as possible. Have I cut there now? Yes, I have. Sharpen these edges up because I don't want jaggedy edges. Jaggedy edges. I think that's cute. Oh my gosh, get rid of that white bit off the end there. That's perfect. That'll do for me. And I'm going to attach these here now before we put them inside our card. So my palm trees going here with a little hut in between, like I did with the other one. And my other little hut's going over here somewhere. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. So try not to add too much glue. You don't want to spill out over either side of here or at the back of here. I know it's not touching anything, but look at that difference now with those palm trees there. Perfect. Then we're going to rub our lines out. You could have these on dimensionals if you want. I think there's enough dimension with this card without it popping anything else up. And I'm just going to pop that in between there. Perfect. So the hut looks like it's got them trees, well, it's behind them. And I'm gonna leave one little corner overhang. Making sure there's no glue coming through at the back. And we can grab our rubber now. Rub that out. Oh, I think I may have pressed a bit too hard my pencil. No, it's not too bad, it's coming off. Oh, it's not coming off. Oh my gosh, can you believe that? I left it on too long. I think it's because I went over with the blend, it set that pencil mark in. Oh, I did use a pencil, didn't I? I didn't use a rare. Yeah, of course I used my pencil. Let's try my mono eraser. Wow, I don't believe that. Please rub out before you go over with your blends, because it's set that in stone there. Literally has. I do apologise for that. So, fingers crossed. They will notice that, won't they? Not when I hold it straight. So, let's just assemble. I'll show you how the card goes together, and trust me, rub out your pencil before you use your blends. I didn't add any blends until after I removed my rubber mark. And it was then I decided to add the blue sky. So honestly, it's not, it sets it in stone. So you're going to take up your tape. You are going to line this right up at that edge. Because you've taken that little slither off now. Making sure it's perfect top and bottom, because they are the same size pieces of card. Line that up perfect. And now once you've got it into place, you're going to stick your card down here. Now, like I'm saying, I've saw people add this to the back of their cards when they've done it. Me, no. I'm going to remove my tape. And because this now is squashed down, this is going to come to the back of there. And you're going to press that down there. So when you open your card, it's there in the centre. perfect. Grab my... I'm just going to scout down the side of this to make sure I've got that perfectly. Love it. God, that's mad, isn't it? I can't believe that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Come off that one. Oh, I tell you what I've missed. Let me just grab my little pen. You want your little black journaling pen. And I'm going to go over this sky. Deter the eye away from that pencil mark. Oh. Just add a bit of scenery. And some little birds. That's it. That's enough. I think that's perfect. So, apart from my pencil mark, oh my gosh, do you believe that? So I want some little rhinestones. I had a little green one there. I don't know where that came from. I'm just going to pop one here. Beautiful. And we're going to close our card, which does lay flat. You can want to squash it down. That is perfect. And like I say, it opens, closes perfectly to go in an envelope. And then, oh look, see, be careful with your rhinestone on the inside. I shouldn't have gone over. And then it opens out to sit there as a shadow card. Love it. Love, 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 love. So I'm just going to add 3 of these beautiful rhinestones. Add one here. And I'm going to pop one up there. And where is it? I'm going to come back with mint macaron on mint macaron. And just grab a sponge. Oh, there we go. I've got my mint macaron sponge. And I'm just going around the outside of my card. Just adds a bit more depth to the card. I love it. Love it. So there we have our shadow box cards for the inside. Lovely. Isn't that cute? I know, I can see that pencil line. Yeah, obviously take your pencil line off before you start adding the blends, because it seems to have set it just above there in the sky more than anything. You can see that, but you can't see it on here. Perfect's gone. So this is the one I did earlier. This is the one we've just made now. I'm going to have to lay them down so you can see them. I like both. I like that one and I like that one. And I'm loving the inside. See, look what I used Coastal Cabana for the trunks. These are way much better. So I hope you like. Hope you give them a go. Please don't make the same mistake I did and not rub out your pencil line before adding your blend. I thought it was because they're alcohol markers. They've set it into the page. So before and after. Love it. You could always add clouds up here and a bit more definition. Maybe add something inside the box that would poke out. I don't know, but you need it quite plain on the front. So, I hope you like it. Please press this button if you want to see more. I do try and post every day. And don't forget the little bell straight after. And you'll be notified each time I upload. Thanks for watching. Bye.